Only Hunter and I, we're going to be the ones talking tonight. But if you have any questions, any thoughts, any comments, drop them into the chat below. But if you have specific questions regarding anything around the app, the features that we are going to be covering tonight, make sure to drop those in the Q&A. We have a dedicated team here who's going to answer all those burning questions of yours. And while people start funneling in, let us know where you are tuning in from. I'm up here in the bitter cold inland Northwest, where it is, temperatures are starting to dip. We're here in November and hovering right around 35 degrees, which is nice. Let us know where you're coming in from, what rig you're running. We'll get started here in just 1 second.
Seeing some Washington, San Diego. I'm tuning in from sunny and beautiful Southern California, where it is not bitter cold. Gas is.
How's the weather, Hunter, where you are?
It was a brisk 73 today. So
Ah,
pretty.
pull out the puffy.
We got to batten down. Winter's coming.
Winter's coming. Well, yeah, let us know where you're coming in from. Again, welcome to tonight's masterclass. You got myself, Andy, and Hunter. We're going to get started here in just 1 minute. Let us know what you are running rig-wise. I don't know, throw some plans in for what you guys are doing for Thanksgiving. It's the holiday season. Oh, I just saw CDA pop up.
Seeing
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, what's up?
seeing a KTM 250. Got some two-wheel action in there.
Hey, raise your hand out there if you are running a 80 series Land Cruiser. Come on, Land Cruisers represent. Where are you at? You guys are typing faster than I can
Good
read.
amount of YouTube. Ooh, Rivian, nice.
Cool. Well, we're going to get kicking off here. Welcome, November Masterclass. You got myself and Hunter. Just a friendly PSA for those just joining. You are muted and we cannot see your lovely faces, but you get to watch Hunter and I talk about all things onX Offroad. And if you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the Q&A. This chat function is simply there for us to continue to hype the stoke. But if you have questions regarding any features that we're covering tonight, make sure to drop those in the Q&A where we have a team that's dedicated to answering those questions. So like I said, you got myself, the bearded man, Andy Zielinski, off-road product marketing, and I am running a 95 80 series Toyota Land Cruiser, affectionately named Larry, who's gone under the knife a few times this past season, but he's up, running, and sounding better than ever. And then my co-host tonight.
I'm Hunter. I'm a marketing manager here with Offroad. I get to work on our ambassador program and some events, and I get to work on talking to you guys, teaching you about onX Offroad. My rig of choice is my 5th-gen Power Wagon that I love. It's on 37s, getting around 9 miles per gallon, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Yeah, how's that? How are the gas prices down there in sunny SoCal, Hunter?
I'm guessing the gas must be fancy or something because it seems to be quite a pretty penny these days. But
Yeah, you guys running the rich fluids. Okay, so what we got tonight, we're going to be covering the features and everything within the app itself. Now, we've experimented a ton between toggling back and forth between showing you guys the version on desktop versus the version on the mobile device. It gets a little clunky going back and forth. So tonight we are going to simply be on the desktop version, but all of the features that you see on the desktop that Hunter and I are going to walk through are going to be on your app as well, on your mobile device. I encourage you guys, either pull up your laptop and pull up a browser, or open up your phone, open up the map, follow along, because following along will help you kind of orient yourself around the tools we're talking about. And we really want to help you guys plan your adventures and then execute those adventures as effectively as possible. And then lastly, we're gonna have some giveaways. You know, it's the giving season. We're feeling extra generous here in these parts. So we are going to have two giveaways. One, you have access and opportunity to get one of these fancy water bottles. And then another one, and I'm gonna tease it. I'm gonna save that for a little bit later. We got another giveaway gift for y'all at the end. So make sure to stick around. Yeah, and we have a little Easter egg for you guys. So be paying attention. You're see someone's thirsty. Hey, grab a beverage while you're out there. Come on, crack that beverage open. Hunter, over to you. Let's dive into the app.
Grab the keys from me here. All right, you seeing a map over there, Andy?
We got it up. It's looking pretty.
All right, so going to go counterclockwise here. I'm going to start on the top left and kind of work our way around the screen. And again, this is being recorded. It's going to be on our YouTube tomorrow. So if there's anything that you want us to cover, there's a lot of topics here. So I'm going to have to speed through it, but you'll be able to go and watch the recording and watch us run through all this again. But we're just going to get some bearings here, tell you what you're looking at. And I know there's a lot to digest. You see a lot of colors and lines, can be a little overwhelming. I'm going to start. We're going to start with the green and blue lines. Those are trails right now. I have it pulled up in Moab, Utah. There's a ton of awesome trails out there. And so we're just going to dive right in. We're just going to click the first blue line here. So I clicked it. See, it's Pretty Canyon. So blue lines are our featured trails, and that is what our trail guides actually are pulling this content together and giving us a trail report and giving us difficulty, a technical rating, and a rough completion time. You can see scrolling through here, you can see what it's accessible by. Also, you can see that Pretty Canyon, for those of you who know, that is a very difficult trail. So that 9 out of 10 rating means this wants 37s, wants lockers. It's a serious trail. You can scroll through here. You have a little brief overview, and you also have photos. So all these blue lines, those are all feature trails that someone's actually gone and ran in their own vehicle, and they provide us with a trail report. So it's a great way to get an idea of what you're looking at before you go. And then the green lines here, those are trails as well. Those don't have the same rich data, but those are what we're pulling in from various agencies. So you can see here, we'll zoom in, you can start seeing more access trails. You can click on that. Gives you length. Doesn't have the photos, but we are working on adding more of those featured trails. Every day we have a whole team of people who are adding information there. And then you can also see these orange lines here. If you click on that, we'll start seeing the dates. So you can see when there are trails closed, that updates regularly. So you can see, especially if you're up in the north where there's a lot of winter closures, you can see what is open and closed. And then touching again on the colors here, you're going to see there are different colors of the land here. I am on a elite account, so that has all of our public and private land data. But you can see this big purple area. You can click it. You can see that is National Park. That's Arches National Park. You can see clearly where those bounds are. And then over here is kind of yellow. Click it here. You'll see that is BLM land. So you know that there are different access and rules for those different lands, and you can know exactly what those lands are, where you're going, and the type of use that those lands have. Starting on the left-hand column here, on the top, you'll see that Discover tab. If you're following along on your device, that'll be on that bottom toolbar. You tap on that and it's going to pull up nearby trails. So right now I'm looking in Moab, it's going to pull up trails in that area. If you're on your device and you have your location turned on, it'll pull up trails that are near to you or wherever you're looking. It's going to pull up those feature trails first and it'll give you a great idea of the difficulty right off the bat. So for me, I have my Power Wagon. It has front rear lockers and 37s. So I know that I like some of the more technical trails. So I'm comfortable with a 5, a 6, sometimes a 7. But that 8, 9, and 10, I know that I have no need or want to be on that. So I can scroll through here and I'm seeing these different trails, gives you duration, gives you an idea what to look at. So I'll click on Poison Spider Mesa here. Gives you just quick, awesome way to see the trails. So it's awesome for when you are surfing through or you're planning a trip. Just hit that Discover tab and check that out. Pulls up trails wherever you're looking. The next one down here is offline maps. That is one of our most important tools. And this, you click on that, you can see that I have some that are already made. So I will zoom out here. So again, I am on the web map. So what you can do here is you click that new offline map, gives you a few options. You have that low res, which is great for doing those large chunks. I can zoom out, make a bigger box here. We'll zoom all the way out. And you can see I am set up to do a low res offline map of 774 miles by 561 miles. Whenever I go out on trip, I like doing a blanket one. That low res, it's great for, you can see roads and trails, but you're not going to zoom in and see that real high resolution stuff. Like if you're looking for clearings or campground or dispersed campsites, stuff like that, you're not going to see that in the low res. So I like doing one big blanket one of an area that I know I'm going to be in. You can see that'll be 7.4 gigs, and you can shrink that down as well and zoom in. So then you hit save and it's going to pull up. It'll prompt you that this isn't downloading on your computer. It's going to prompt it on your device. So you can do all your scouting on the web map, and then on your device, you can go to offline maps and you can check that box and let it download. We'll hit OK, got it. And then I'll just touch back on the high res. So you can't do as large of a box. It is limited here is about a 50 mile by 40 mile box here, but this is where you can zoom all the way in and see that high resolution. You can see the 2 tracks in the dirt. You can see clearings. So if you're looking for dispersed camping, that's the level that you want. And so this is all works offline. So once it's done downloading on your device, it works independently of cell service. If your device is cellularly enabled, it already has GPS built into it, and that works independently of your cell service. So when you're out exploring, you don't have cell service, you can still see where you're going. And that's why I like doing that large box, and then I'll do some smaller ones inside of that for the areas I didn't know that I'm going to want to be spending time in. Jumping down the list here. So this is my content on this left bar here. This is where everything is saved. And the more you use this app, the more data and waypoints and tracks you're going to put in. So I always preach organization. This is where you can organize folders, and this is where everything stays. So I'll blow this up a little bit here. So you can see I have 819 pieces of content, 663 waypoints, 69 routes, 66 tracks. There's a lot of stuff in here, but I try my best. Sometimes I'm not that great about it, but I try and put it into folders. So here we did some mapping for the California 300. So I can click that, and this is all baked into that one folder. So this had the full race course, waypoints, all that good stuff in there. And you can also share it. So as you're building out the content, and we'll show you how to make those waypoints and those line drawings a little bit later here, but this is where that all gets stored and organized. And if you want to share it, just click that, and there's a link, and you can send that link. You can text it, email it, all that good stuff to anyone that has an onX account, and then they can see exactly the route that you made, whether that is for a moto trip, overland trip, you name it. This is where you can store it and then access it later. The next one down here is My Garage. This is pretty cool. You can add your vehicles in, and then from that, you can have it do pre-built filters. So like this power wagon. I put in the rig that I have and the trail types I want to take it on. Since it is a full-size rig, I'm not looking to go down single track or anything like that. So I have full width roads and 4x4 trails. So this will allow you to kind of do a preset filter depending on the vehicle that you're riding. So you can set it up for your moto or Jeep, all that good stuff. And then the last one down here is our elite benefits, which is something that we're building out and adding more to regularly. So if you have an elite subscription, you get exclusive discounts with a bunch of awesome brands. Such as Decked, Rugged, Dometic. So if you just have that subscription and you're looking to modify your rig, you can go right in your app and you can get a coupon code to use while shopping with our partner brands, which is an awesome way to save some money.
Hey, real quick, Hunter. So a couple things of observation. Number one, for those who are following along in the mobile app, My Garage, you're not seeing it in mobile just yet, but that is going to hopefully be a holiday gift to all of you guys coming here in the near future. So stay tuned. Make sure to keep that app up to date. But it is desktop only for now. But in the coming weeks, that is going to be available on the mobile device. And then also, in the spirit of gift giving, the elite benefits is a massive unlock. So if you're shopping around for yourself or you're shopping around for friends or family, make sure to upgrade to elite to have access to these elite benefits. Like Hunter said, there are some amazing partners, and we literally just turned this on a few months ago, and the list is continuing to grow. As we move into snow in the next few months, we are going to be adding some snow partners as well. So be on the lookout for that. I just want to give a quick plug for anyone who is kind of, like me, trying to plan ahead for the friends and family in our lives, the gift of giving. Now I give the stage back to you, Hunter. Continue.
Andy. All right. And following further down on the left side here is this X logo. You can, so yeah, you can scroll down, and that is where you can access your account and your settings. You can update your name, access your payment preferences, all that, all down here on that X. Click that drop down, you'll get all that good stuff. Moving over to now the bottom right, you'll see there is a little snow icon with temperature. So this pulls the data, the weather data for where you're looking. So I jump back to Moab here. I'm seeing it's 46 degrees. I'm getting wind, and I click on that. You're actually getting the forecast in there as well. So you're getting sunrise, sunset built in. Again, for when you're planning stuff, this is awesome. If you're trying to gauge how long of a day you're trying to plan on the trail, and you don't want to be setting up camp in the dark, it's all baked in there real easy. You'll know, like, I want to be rolling in no later than 4, so I have time to pop the tent up and get dinner going. And then you can see that full week forecast in there. Moving over, there's a crosshairs. You click on that and it'll center the map back on your location. And then if you're on your device, you tap that one more time and it'll show you your heading. So that will face the direction you are. And as you turn around, the map will rotate with you to show where you're going. Then jumping up here, this next box is click here. This is your base maps. So you can adjust what you're looking at. I prefer satellite, but if you want to go hybrid, get those topo lines in there, you can do that. Or if you want to clean it up, you can go just topo. A couple more things here. Jump back to satellite, is 3D map, which is one of my favorite features, especially for planning. You can start seeing definition as you zoom in here. I'll try and give you a good view. But yeah, in that 3D mode, you can see like, oh, poison spider loop here, you can see is up on the cliff. You can have an awesome viewpoint. It's just great of getting some perspective of the elevation changes that you're going through. And jumping back here is a new ad for elite users, is recent imagery. So we are now getting the most up-to-date satellite imagery available. You flip that on and you can cycle through the calendar and you can start seeing the different changes. This is great for looking at snow melt and water levels. I'll give you guys an example. We'll jump. I use it a lot for looking at higher elevation trails. Go. We'll jump over to Colorado where we're getting more consistent snow here, but we'll drop here and then start seeing this change here as we're going back in time. You can see that those changes, you can start seeing that snow appear. Keep going here. So there's a lot of precipitation. So you can see that all the way up into late May, there was snow up here. So you can cycle through and you can start seeing what the snow levels are looking like. So if you're looking to plan a higher elevation trip, or if you're looking at camping by lakes or rivers, this is an awesome way to be able to see that water level and snow melt. And you can cycle through it. It updates about every 2 weeks. You can see now we're back in March. You can see there's heavy snow and likely not great access or trail conditions. And so it's something that is super useful again for planning that we're really, really excited about. The resolution is lower. So you're not going to get that high res that you do when that's turned off. But again, for that kind of looking at things further out, it's super, super helpful. And jump in further up, you'll see in the top right here, there's our toolbar. So these are the tools to help plan and scout things out. And as you build these out, these will all go right into that My Content area that we talked about earlier. The first one here is going to be Route Builder. We added this function this year and it has really sped up putting together routes. I'll show you how it works. Super, super easy. It also does work on your device. But let's say we want to start in Ouray. Just click there. And then we want to head up to Telluride. You can click there. You can see that was 2 clicks and drew out a 16-mile route. And easy as that, you can change it to a route. And then you can change the color of it. You can color code it. That's what I really like when I'm planning multi-day trips is I'll do like red one day, blue the next, yellow, just keeping it real easy to digest. And then from there, you can put notes in, you save it, and there's that share function again. So let's say that is what you want to do, and you're going with your buddies. You click that. Here's today's route. You copy that link, you send it out, and easy as that. Your friends will now have access to it. They can't alter or change anything about the route, so you don't have to worry about any miscommunications there. But they'll easily be able to add it to their maps. You can also add it to a folder and help, again, keep things organized. So that is Route Builder. That's another super useful tool. The next is it's our line tool, which I really like for a couple of reasons. The biggest being I like using it to kind of get a quick gauge on distance to get an idea of how far things are. We'll just click twice here, and then it is pulling up that gap that I drove from that center Telluride to the trailhead, 276 yards. Super helpful of gauging the distance between things. I've known people who thinking when their truck is stuck, like, oh, I'm just going to walk back to the highway. It should be real close. You can whip this up real quick and you can see, oh, hang on, that's actually a 5 or 6 mile route, and kind of get a better gauge of your distances real quick. Again, you can save it, same process. You can put in a folder, you can share it as well. So the next one here is you can draw a shape. So we'll zoom in here, and let's say that this is open ground. Let's say that you are trying to plan a space for 10 rigs. You can really easily draw a box here, and you can see the exact size of the land that you're looking at and get a great idea of the space and acreage of an area. And then the next one is I use constantly. It's adding a waypoint. You click that in that top right, and it'll drop a waypoint, and you can click and drag exactly where you want it. We'll say that is trailhead. We have some fun icons you can choose to put it as. We're going to go, we only put a 4x4 logo there. And then from there, you can keep scrolling. You can color code it as well, put notes in. You can add folders, and you can also add photos as well. So again, this is awesome for planning out detailed trips. So you can have your waypoint for where you want to meet, where you want to air up or air down, grab fuel, campsite, stuff like that. And again, there's that share function. Super easy to access it. Jumping over again here, you'll see kind of towards the top middle of the screen is our activities. So this is where you can start filtering trails and also your map layers. So let's say that we are just looking for single tracks for our motos. We can turn that on, and you can start seeing like this here, this blue feature trail. That is just going to be just a single track. You're not going to be worrying about like Jeeps on trail if you're looking for just moto things. Really easy to filter. Also for 50-inch trails, or let's say in the inverse, you are in a more stock vehicle. You're not looking to get real crazy. You can just do full width roads, and that is going to be more similar to a fire road. Start taking out all those single tracks and the real narrow or really more technical trails. So I'll turn that back. One tip I have here is when I am researching areas is I will actually uncheck it. So you can turn that all off. So if you're just wanting to see your routes or your data, you can uncheck all of it, and it turns all those green and blue lines off. That can really help you process the areas that you're looking at, or start seeing like the city landmarks a lot easier. So just a little tip there. So I'll get all those turned back on. Scrolling down here is I'm on an Elite account, so I have private land map layer, and so I will get that turned on and scroll in and show you here. So we have pulled together, it's all public information, but we pull it all together, and you can see throughout all 50 states who owns what land, whether that is public or private. You can see here, we'll just click on, this is zoom in here, see, you'll start seeing those landowner names. You can click on it, you'll get a tax address. I've found this super useful. One, for knowing the land that I'm on, especially in areas where like BLM land, or if I have permission to be on private property, I can know exactly whose land that I'm standing on. I also know people who have been driving down the highway and they see a vehicle out in the field. They'll pull up onX and they can find that tax address. And that I've known people who actually sent a letter to buy a couple of different vehicles, which is just a really cool added benefit there. Jumping back in here, I will show you guys the active wildfire layer. So this pulls in from the NIFC, where there are active wildfires. And when there are updates to that wildfire, that incident, we're actually updating and showing you guys where on that land the wildfire actually is. Obviously, it's helpful for when you're planning a trip or when you're out on the trail. You can kind of get an idea of, oh, you see smoke over there, you can pull this up, you can see where that fire is and where that rough fire line is at. And definitely in the Southwest, that is super, super helpful. And the last tab over here is the search function. You can search whether that is trails or towns or specific addresses. You can search that real easy. We'll jump back to Moab here. And then easy as that, you search it and now you're back where you want to be. And then you'll start seeing those, the trails you want to see in that Discover feature for where you're looking. So that kind of covers the tools. I know I threw a lot out at you. So I think now we can try and open it up to some questions, Andy, and roll here.
Yeah, well, let's do this. You and I, we're buddies. I'm coming up from the north, you're down there in the south. Let's plan a trip together, okay? And let's figure out kind of where we want to go, the tools we would use to plan that trip, and let's just build a trip end to end. And I don't know, I think it'd be kind of fun to like, let's go searching for something.
Let's go searching for something.
Let's go searching for something.
So yeah, I am down here in Southern California, down here, and Andy is all the way up at the tip of Idaho. So let's say we want to meet somewhere in the middle. So I really like going to Utah. And let's say you're going to head south. We're going to meet up somewhere around Salt Lake. We're going to scroll in here. You can start seeing those trails start appear as you zoom in. I'm going to plan a quick route for us. So I'm going to, let's start down here near Spanish Fork. And let's go. I just always jump into to a route builder here. So let's say this is where we're going to be roughly starting, and zoom out. You can see that route builder follow my cursor as I go here. And as I follow, we're going to make a big old route here. And then say we're going to get off the highway over here in Green River. You can see I just put a 136-mile route together in one click.
And to be clear, this is the benefit of Route Builder in this scenario is we are able to build that route on pavement on our way to access some dirt.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we are down here and I can see that there are some trails. We're going to jump off, follow this green line. We're going to be headed over to Horse Canyon. And again, we are just clicking along here, adding in our route. And we're going to run up to Roan Peak here because I've heard there's some cool stuff in this area. And then from here, I'm just going to click save. And you can see real easily this route that I put in. Furthermore, we're going to zoom in here and I start going into 3D because I want to start scouting out some camp locations. You can see the route that I just clicked, that I kind of went too far. I dropped right into a state land trust. I'm no longer on BLM, so now that follows a different set of rules. So real easily here, I can edit, and it will drag that back here. Now we are off of that land trust, back where I wanted to be. So let's say we're going to zoom back in here, and we can start seeing there is some like a creek down here. Let's say this is where I want to put in where we're going to put camp right there. Camp. Okay. So then from here, I'm going to add it to a folder, create a folder, Andy and Hunter go camping. And now our waypoint is in there. So that is in there. And then I also realized I forgot a step. We're going to add our route here. Now I'm going to say, well, we have a rough trip planned out with Andy. Zoom out and see what we've created here. And then say, Andy, it's good to go. I'm going to hit share, copy the link. I'm going to pass it along. I'm going to text it to Andy. And then the next step is offline maps. So I know we're not going to spend a ton of time out there, so we will put a high res. I'm not going to put a big, huge blanket, but I will add that there. And then I will go on my device and make sure that it has completed downloading. And that is just a quick, rough way of how I would plan a quick trip with my buddy Andy.
It was a fun trip. I remember the Tusher Wash right when we were out there kind of scouting. Didn't we see something suspicious out there?
We did, and I've heard there's some other things as well. But let's see, heard this other area near Sago Canyon. There's been some sightings of some things.
Wait. So what things?
Lots of different things. Maybe some ruins, maybe some fun stuff. Maybe that's a clue for later. Who knows, right? And Sago on
Huh.
yeah, Crescent Canyon to Sago Ruins. So if you're still paying attention, maybe hang on to that. Remember that for later. We'll jump back out. But that is a quick way to put a trip together using our offline maps. We used Route Builder. We made a folder, made a waypoint, and we shared it. Obviously, the longer trips, you're going to spend significantly more time than I did on that quick 4-minute demo. But there's the rough basics of what you can do. And it's awesome for getting in the field. Everything that I just drew up automatically loads onto my device. And then if your vehicle is enabled with CarPlay, this does all work with CarPlay and Android Auto as well. So as you're exploring, you can have that all up there while you head down the trail.
Right on. Well, I'm going to steal the screen from you, Hunter. We answered some burning questions and we appreciate everyone's time. Now it's on to the next. Can you see my screen?
That's not your deck. I'm seeing some Expo P&W there.
I'm giving away my
Giving away
giving
the
away
seat.
plans. Holy moly. Rookie
Maybe we'll
time.
be at Expo P&W. Who knows?
Who's going to be at Expo PNW? Anybody?
Come on, chat. Let's see.
Did no, what is going on? My Zoom is all messed up right now.
We keep
Let's
answering
Seeing a
questions.
yes, a possibly I'll be there. Well, maybe you'll see one of these friendly faces there as well. Here, Andy. I'm coming to rescue. Maybe I'll pull that deck. Into it.
Hey. Now, giveaway number one. Thanks for sticking around and thanks for enduring the technical difficulties. But we've got giveaway number one, which is a trash bag. So 10 of you lucky folks get to enter for a chance to win one of these great trash bags. As you can see, carry everything from shoes to trash you found on the trail, like top ramen packets. If you have a hat you're not wearing, just toss it in the bag for now. So great for all of the trash that you're finding. We want to advocate for clean trails and trail stewardship. So no purchases necessary, but an onX account is required. So make sure to follow the bit.ly link. And if someone can drop that link into the chat, if you have not already, click on that. And then the giveaway closes at midnight tonight, Mountain Time. So get in there, submit, because these are cool. And they come with like little bungees, so you can like wrap it up and tie it down really, really good. And then the next giveaway item we have handy dandy water bottle. Who doesn't love a water bottle? Fill up with your favorite beverage of choice. So how to win this. We said Sasquatch Waypoint, but there was something else. You got the Easter egg. So if you're paying attention, we are giving away a few water bottles. Make sure to drop that in the link as well. It's the secret question. And then if you guys have any other burning questions, you can reach out to us on the various channels, IG, Facebook, YouTube, Snap, TikTok, all the rest. TikTok is not on there. We got to get rid of the Bluebird because the Bluebird no longer exists. RIP. And then also, if you have feedback, we might be taking a month off with masterclasses to kind of close out this year, but we will reset in 2024. So if there's any burning questions, any topics, anything that you guys are wanting kind of some deep dives on, either really quickly drop those into the comments below so we can capture them, or share it on the social channels. Reach out to us because we want to make sure that we are helping you guys go farther, planning your adventure, doing that adventure, and having a rad time. So thanks for sticking around with us. Thank you, Hunter, for the great explanation of the app and all the things off-road. So until next time, happy holidays. And yeah, we'll check in with you in the new year. See ya.